Hey guys, so I made it to camp, and first thing I did was get everything set up, as you saw. Then I sat down, took off my shoes, threw on my flip-flops. Even though it's a little bit cool out, I still enjoy the luxury of taking off my shoes at the end of the day and just relaxing while I'm here in camp. So what I wanted to do was take a minute and show you guys what I carried with me. So tonight I'm expecting the lows to be down in the upper 20s, 28-ish is what I've heard. And so I brought out some of my coldest weather stuff in preparation for that. And a lot of people have asked me, can you actually fit cold weather gear into my ULA CDT? So here I have my ULA CDT that I brought with me, and everything that I'm going to show you, everything that you see here, I brought with me in it, except for, of course, the stuff that I was wearing. So let's take a look. First, we've got the Dutchware Gear Half-wit hammock. We've got the Incubator 0 degree full length under quilt. We've got the Burrow 20 degree top quilt. We've got the Dutch Argon pillow. We've got a Hammock Gear organizer. In there right now, I just have my phone. Up above, I've got my Hammock Gear Cuben fiber tarp. I've got it strung with that Dutch Continuous Ridgeline, which I've got to say, I heard a lot of people commenting that they didn't like it, that there was a bunch of a sag. I don't think that my tarp is sagging very much, and I don't think that the Ridgeline is sagging much. You know, I went with some pretty good sized trees here, pretty good distance apart, and I was able to get it nice and snug. So I'm thinking it's good, and it's something that I'm going to use for a while until I see a problem with it, which I haven't seen yet. Okay, moving on, I've got my bag of extra clothes. So in here, so this is a Sea to Summit, just a mesh bag, real light. I have my base layer, which is a merino wool blend by Duofold. I think I got this issued in the military several years ago, but it's pretty heavyweight, and it's nice for really cold nights. I've got a pair of thick, long, smart wool, merino wool socks. I have a Batchstovez brand buff that I can use as a hat or, you know, neck warmer. I have some nice new Alpaca gloves, and I have my Pearl Izumi balaclava that I like to wear when I'm sleeping when it's really cold. So those are the clothes that I've got in there. On me, I have my North Face convertible pants, which I really like. I was wearing some smart wool hiker socks. Of course, my Hoka 1-1 Stinson 3 trail runners, which I've got another video all about those. I love them. I've got a North Face pretty thick fleece on. Underneath that, I've got a smart wool tee, and I've got smart wool underwear on. So that's what I'm wearing, and my hat. I've got my cozy that I use every time I cook. Inside of there, I have my spoon. My food bag, which has entirely too much food and too much alcohol in it. And by alcohol, I'm talking about cooking alcohol, although there may possibly be some other alcohol in there. But anyway, way too much, probably 5 pounds of stuff there. I've got my Cuben fiber sack that I carry, some extra cordage to hang my food bag. I've got my stakes, which this time, after looking around and seeing these MSR groundhogs are actually a little bit lighter than the Vargo nail stakes that I was using, so I decided to bring those. And they're actually, I believe, a little bit longer too. Still in the backpack, I have water filtration. So I've got my Sawyer Squeeze Mini, which I'm going to put in here for the night so that it's up with me and stays a little bit warmer. If it does get a little bit colder, I'll put it in with me so it doesn't freeze. And then two bags. I have my anti-gravity gear. This is just a Sil Nylon rain jacket, and this can be doubled as an extra layer to keep me warm if I'm really cold. Oh, and up there I've got that Mountain Hardwear puffy jacket, down jacket that I was wearing earlier while I was having lunch. This bag here is pretty heavy, and it's got a bunch of stuff in it. It has my my toilet kit, so it's got my brand new, just got this, it was in my stocking for Christmas, a Deuce of Spades poop scoop. It's got my med kit, so first aid kit, extra batteries, toilet stuff, any medications that I may need. So that's all in there as well. I've got a pack cover. I've got a piece of Tyvek. I believe it's 3x3 piece of Tyvek that I could put under here. You know, it's dry out here, so I'm not too concerned with it. Being on this bed of pine needles, I'm not too concerned about it, but I've got that just in case. And I think that's everything out here. On this side, I have more alcohol for fuel. And then I've got cook stove. So I've got both the Batchstovez 10 cm and 12 ounce pots with me. I have, inside of this one, I have the Choke Hazard from MiniBullDesign, so that I can do some baking tomorrow morning. Inside of my food bag, I also have that GSI mug, and inside of that I have my little Fancy Feast stove. So I've got two stoves with me. The Fancy Feast is a little bit more for boiling up some water, whereas the Choke Hazard's a little bit better for the longer burn type stuff. I've got 2 bottles of water with me, and then as always I have my Black Diamond Spot headlamp, which I was just being asked about this the other day, which I love. I'll place that right up there, and then I've got my knife, just a nice folding skeleton knife there, that I'll put up here and carry with me. So as you can see, you can put a lot of stuff in there. Base weight with everything I have here. So if I take out fuel, and if I take out, so fuel, water, and food. So this big bag of food, but keeping this in, both of the cook kits and everything else you see here, my base weight was at 11 to 11.5 pounds. And then with water, with food, I was sitting right at about 20 pounds. So cold weather, you know, sub-freezing, and I still have a good light load for that. And it all fits well and carries well within the ULA CDT, which is a frameless pack, but does have that inner piece of foam that goes against the back that can be easily removed and used as a sit pad or as an extra piece of insulation underneath your feet or your butt or wherever you might possibly need it. So this is what I've got. I'm going to go ahead and pick this stuff up so it's not just laying all around. But you know, this is my load. Works for me. So right now I'm sitting here enjoying a nice cup of the Moonshine Margarita from Packet Gourmet. Added a little something special to make it a true cocktail. One of the things I forgot to mention before is I brought this light. This is one of those Lucy lights, the Lucy Emerge light. Solar power recharge, so you can take it out indefinitely and have power to go with that. So I'll be using that tonight. But I'm going to sit here and enjoy this again in this GSI mug that I got at the Hammock Forum secret boy, at the GSI. No, not at the GSI. Let's just skip that. All right, thanks.